social empowerment, and this is one of the topics from GS paper 1. If you'll see UPSC syllabus, you will find out this term there, social empowerment. So the question is related to social empowerment and the role of social media. Okay, question is related to role of social media in empowering or in social empowerment. Okay, question is role of social media in social empowerment. Okay, so let's read the question first. Okay, so my question says, is there any evidence? Question is asking you about the evidence that social media has resulted in genuine social empowerment. Examine the situation critically. Okay, you have to examine the situation critically. This is a 15 marks question, means maximum 250 words. Okay, so first of all, the relevance. Why? Because all of you know this is the topic, ठीक है, हमेशा करंट अफेयर में रहा है. इट्स ऑलवेज इन न्यूज एंड वी ऑल आर एक्टिव ऑन सोशल मीडिया. So we have to examine the situation critically ki whether social media they are resulted in genuine social empowerment or not. So we have to examine the situation critically, means we have to give positives also, we have to give negatives also. ठीक है, हमें ये करना है, we have to examine critically. Okay, so that was about the relevance. Why social media? Because we know कि we all are active on social media. कुछ भी होता है, so yes, अपना Twitter handle या Instagram उठा के we tweet things there, we post things there. So we need to know कि yes, is there any evidence that social media has led to genuine empowerment, social empowerment? We have to examine the situation critically. ठीक है, हमें यहाँ पे points positive में भी देने हैं and negative में भी देने हैं. Okay, so that was about the question. So basically what I'm going to do, what could be my possible approach here? So what I'm doing, I'll start with the introduction, then I will, in main body, what I'm going to do, I'll divide this part into two parts. ठीक है, I'll discuss how social media, ठीक है, how social media is responsible or how it's leading to social empowerment, how it's promoting social empowerment. And because the question is asking you to examine, ठीक है, give your points in positive and negative. ठीक है, it's asking you to examine the situation critically. And yes, I'll give the examples too. ठीक है, मैं examples भी यहाँ mention करूँगी just to make my points more in support of my argument. And in the next point, in the conclusion, ठीक है, this is the conclusion. We'll see कि how we are going to conclude this answer. So let's start with the introduction part first. See how we can start an answer here. ठीक है, so yes, definitely we can start with the facts. Because of course, because why fact? Because we have to establish a relationship here कि how social media is responsible for or is leading to what genuine social empowerment. It's ठीक है, so that is why I will start my answer with the fact. Yes, there are many ways to start your answer. You can directly start with how social media they are responsible for social empowerment. But I will prefer to start with the fact because I have to establish a relationship here. So let's read the introduction part first. This is the intro part. This is the main body. This is the main body. And this is the conclusion part. Okay? So we are taking every part one by one. We are starting with the introduction. What my introduction says कि almost कितने लोग हैं? 3.5 billion people in the world and 600 million people from India. They are on any kind of social platform. So how many? 600 million people in India, they are on social media platform, whether on Twitter, whether on Facebook, whether on etc. Okay, so this is how I have started my answer. And now what I'm saying, it's saying this means social media exercise great influence on our social fabric. इसका मतलब social media हमारे सोशल फैब्रिक को इन्फ्लुएंस करती है. ठीक है, किसी ना किसी तरह. सो इट इन्फ्लुएंस कुड बी व्हाट, इट इन्फ्लुएंस कुड बी पॉजिटिव ऑल्सो एंड इन्फ्लुएंस कुड बी नेगेटिव ऑल्सो. ठीक है, ओके. सो दैट वाज ऑल अबाउट द इंट्रोडक्शन. हाउ आई हैव स्टार्टेड माय आंसर? आई हैव स्टार्टेड माय आंसर बाय गिविंग द फैक्ट हियर कि हाउ सोशल की सोशल मीडिया कैसे लोगों को इन्फ्लुएंस कर रही है. आई एम गिविंग फैक्ट हियर कि 600 million people from India, they are on social media platforms. And इसका मतलब क्या है, these 600 million people and plus other, they are getting influenced from social fabric or our Indian society. And the influence could be what? Positive and the negative both. ठीक है. So that was the introduction part. Now I am going to discuss the main body. See? Okay, so now I will discuss how social media has led to what? Social empowerment. And see what I have done here. I have given one main heading, ठीक है, and I have given some heads here. ठीक है, ये सारे सब heads हैं, ये सब सब heads हैं, ठीक है. So what you have to do कि while writing any answer, you need to ensure that what you need to give what headings, one main head, and plus break this answer under different subheads. Why subheads? Because it will increase the visibility of important points, plus it will make your answer look more structured. ठीक है. And always use and always prioritize your important points कि the important points should be वो ऊपर होना चाहिए, and जो less important है you can mention in the end. Okay, so we will take all the points one by one here. First one is information got decentralized. Yes, through social media, what's happening? Information, it's decentralizing the information. ठीक है. How? We can take example of what? YouTube. What it's doing? It's a general gateway to knowledge here. So yes, information is getting decentralized. The second is freedom of expression. How? Yes, social media is giving freedom of expression to all people. How? Why? Because it creates a moral pressure on the government, making them more accountable. So it's what it's doing. It's freedom of expression. ठीक है. It's creating what? Moral pressure on government. ठीक है. That is making them what? More accountable. ठीक है. More accountable. And why? Because every policy of government जो भी होती है, अच्छा या बुरा, we are discussing this on public domain. ठीक है, via social media. So that is the second point. The next point is impartial journalism. How? Because social media now journalism can they can pursue their career with very minimal investment. So the next is impartial journalism. How? So yes, social media now journalism can pursue their career with very minimal investment. For examples यहाँ पे हमने दिए हुए हैं कि mention किया है, like Quint है, The Wire है, there are many newspaper, all news media, they are available on social media to reach out the public. So all news basically they are available on social media to reach out the public. ठीक है. Next is fighting discrimination. Yes, it helps in fighting discrimination. Of course, we can use social media to raise our voice against discrimination. यहाँ पे mention किया है जॉर्ज फ्लॉयड का केस. As you know, एक movement start हुआ था, movement named as Black Lives Matters. You might be knowing about it. ठीक है. Now, second is grievances of weaker. Yes, it's addressing the grievances of weaker. We can take example of COVID-19. ठीक है. There are many more cases. ठीक है, जो कि we have mentioned, we have read on social media. ठीक है, जिनको उसके थ्रू हेल्प पहुंचाई गई थी. Now next is intercultural adaptation. How? So we can translate different languages, which make social media a common medium of exchange of idea, and this help in improving cultural diversity. So intercultural adaptation. It's promoting what? Intercultural adaptation. So that was the main body of the answer. So we have discussed how social media is empowering our society, ठीक है, in a positive way. So now this is the conclusion part, and in conclusion I'll discuss the negatives too. Why? Because the question is asking you to critically examine this point. So I'll mention the challenges or the limitations or the issues. ठीक है. So how I'm going to conclude my answer, because it's a 15 mark answer, so of course we need to keep word limit in our mind. So how we are going to conclude this? I'll discuss the negatives or I'll discuss the challenges here. ठीक है. So yes, so let's read the conclusion here. So conclusion says the problem of fake news, hate speech, cyberbullying, promote of anonymity in social media, it led to what? Problems like mob lynching, communal riots, and mental issues, illicit training, child abuse, etc. ठीक है. So these are the negatives कि हाँ ठीक है, these are the positives. ठीक है, social media is empowering our society in one way, but if we see the another side, what it's doing, there are many problems associated with what social media. Okay, so how we are going to tackle this? So we need to have AI based what monitoring and strong regulation and legal backing for data privacy. ठीक है, legal backing for data privacy to make social media as a social empowering tool. So what I have done in my conclusion, what I am doing, I am mentioning the challenges or issues associated with social media and plus what could be the way forward, what could be the solution. So you need to keep this thing in your mind that while concluding your answer you always need to be positive. ठीक है, so हमेशा while concluding your answer you need to conclude your answer in positive tone. ठीक है, yes there are challenges but yes there could be possible solutions also. ठीक है, so we have mentioned the way forward here.